Good morning. My name is Nonima Tigela. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I want us to talk about Senzomiwa case, particularly Ubaba Zungu, the witness that made things happen in that courtroom, that changed everything, crumbled the state case, collapsed the state case, you name it. Let's talk about it. Before we do that, guys, please make sure you do not forget to like, to share, to comment. And most importantly, please make sure you are subscribed on the channel. Please make sure you are watching the videos up until the end and you are watching the ads that are coming through. When you are doing that, you will be supporting this channel financially and in numbers. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Now, let's get into the business of this video. Let's continue with the videos, okay? Baba Zungu walked into that courtroom carrying the weight of years of public doubt, ridicule, and accusations. That was the man. And he walked out having defended his own name better than the state case ever defended its case. Better than the state ever defended its case. Ubaba Zungu is from KwaNongoma, KwaZulu-Natal. I don't know which side. I'm not from that side. But all I know is that Ubaba Zungu has been called names, not only in the KwaNongoma, Mahlabathini area, but countrywide, because we felt like, how can an old man like this about people's children, his neighbors, his homies, etc. We felt like that until a time when the man came through and was like, that's it, I'm done. I've been waiting. All along, we didn't know as the country that Ubaba Zungu is sitting there, hurt, angry, feeling betrayed by his own son, all to find out Ubaba Zungu never wrote no statement. Yes, there were 2 occasions where he met with Geninda and multiple occasions where his son came to him in some sort of interviews indirectly. So asking about the 5 accused, or at least some of them. And when he didn't know Ngani, like he didn't know some of the details, but he knew accused 1 and 2. But he, initially, when the conversation started, Ubaba Zungu had no idea why the conversation was happening, up until his son told him, and he tried to caution his son to not go that route, and he insisted. And then he thought his son was not telling the truth. He was like, I'm so curious. And got them to meet up, and Geninda was not nice to Baba Zungu. Geninda was not nice to Baba Zungu because Geninda was told that Ubaba Zungu is going to do his request of being a state witness. But Baba Zungu on his side, he was playing them because he wanted to see, is my son for real? Is this even happening? Is this even true? So that's the reason. That's the reason for him to come through and to have even met Geninda. That's what he told the court. Anyway, now he came through, he spoke his truth, and we did 3 findings. No matter how the legal chessboard moves from here, 3 things are already clear after what Ubaba Zungu did there in that courtroom. 1, he was consistent under brutal scrutiny, despite aggressive cross-examination that Baloyi thought was supposed to break him. To Baloyi, that was aggressive, right? Yes. And the attempts to rattle him, his core story revealed a lot and never collapsed. In fact, the more the state pressed, the more their own contradictions surfaced. That was the first thing. Secondly, the courtroom bias was exposed. By simply standing his ground, Zungu unintentionally highlighted how differently defense witnesses are treated. That contrast did more damage to the state's credibility than any single answer he gave. Because he is a very intelligent man, Ubaba Zungu, he could see what was happening in that courtroom. So he was quick to see, oh, there are 2 sides, the defense, the state, and that side that is supposed to be neutral is not even neutral. Instead, it belongs to the state side. That he quickly got that very fast, guys. Third thing, public perception has shifted now. For years, he was dismissed as an unreliable. Now, many South Africans are saying, hold on, hold my beer, hold my glass of wine, hold my champagne, whoever is drinking what, hold my water, hold my juice, hold my twist here, my collar, my fist. Yay, people are making others to hold their glasses because they are like, wait, hold on. This man actually looks more honest than the people trying to discredit him. This man looks more honest than the people trying to discredit him. That's what happened through his cross-examination. Whether the verdict brings closure or chaos, Babu Zungu already won the battle for his reputation. And the public saw it happen live. They saw it. They saw it. That is what Babu Zungu dealt with in that courtroom. Because it was almost since 2020, October. Ne? 2020, was it 2020 when we heard about this? No, 22. Since 2022, when we heard about this, for almost 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Yeah, it's almost 4 years now. Babu Zungu was unreliable, confused, inconsistent, even suspicious in our view, without hearing him out. But in one of the most chaotic and emotional charged trials of our time, something unexpectedly happened. He came to court as a defense witness. He vindicated himself publicly because he was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna allow my son to treat me like that. They tried to corner him. They tried to catch him contradicting himself. They tried to shake his confidence. He was like, but instead the pressure exposed them, Abobalu. They got exposed. The investigating team, the entire situation got like seriously, because under every attack and every trick question, under every attempt to twist his words, Babu Zungu stayed steady. His story did not collapse. His character didn't falter. And the cracks appeared not in him, but in the state's own narrative. That's what he did. He destroyed them. And while he stood his ground, something else became painfully clear. The courtroom wasn't treating everyone the same. The defense get harmed for breathing too loudly, but the state witnesses handled like fragile glass in a museum. That's what was happening. Yes, despite that imbalance, Babu Zungu didn't need protection. He protected himself with clarity, clarifying things, consistency, and courage. He was brave in such situation. For years now, the country doubted him. Today, the doubt is evaporating. People are saying this man didn't come here to play. He's actually more believable than the ones trying to discredit him. He spoke like someone with nothing to hide. And whether the judge agrees or not, whether the verdict brings justice or chaos, one thing is already settled. Babu Zungu won back his dignity. He won back his name, and he won the public's respect, because now we call him Ubaba Wesizwe, Ubaba Okoto, Ubaba okwazi uqondisa igwegwe, Ubaba okhonile ukulungisa amaphutha wengane yakhe, even though ingane yakhe ingazange uzokwalungisa. That is what we see. That is what you see. Sometimes vindication doesn't come from a judge. Sometimes it comes from the moment the truth stands tall, even when the system tries to push it down. And that's exactly what happened. Babu Zungu vindicated himself in front of the entire nation. That is what he did. The truth always finds its voice. There is nothing that they can do about that. Anyway, thank you so much, guys. Please drop your comment in the comment section. Tell us, what do you think about Babu Zungu? What do you think about Baloyi's state case? What do you think happened in that courtroom? Me, I already gave my opinion. I'll see you on our next video. Kindly please make sure you subscribe, you like, you share, you comment, and watch the videos up until the end. I'll see you. Bye-bye.